Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Friday Night Frights with Kevin B. I'm your host, Kevin Blood. This is season 1, episode number 8. And tonight, we're featuring Friday the 13th, Vengeance. And okay, give me just a second here. Okay. So I'm actually messaging back and forth with Jason Brooks right now. He got out of work late and he's heading out. So I'll see if he can give me an about how long. Bear with me, guys. Okay, so he's got to travel. So he's looking at joining us in about 25 minutes. So that'll give us time. We'll start the film. Start the film. Let's see. I apologize, guys. I've gotta let him know what's going on. Okay. So, yes, tonight's film is Vengeance, Friday the 13th fan film. Let's go through the comments here. Frank Beal says, "Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome to the show, Frank." Bobby Tyler, thank you for joining us. Bumbleflower, welcome. AKA Mia. Darlene, welcome. You're watching us on YouTube. So yeah, I'm excited because this was actually the first real fan-made film that I got into. And I was amazed at the fact that they're calling it a fan film, but yet it really doesn't look like it was made by fans. It looks like something that you would see at a movie theater. So I was very impressed with what they did. I'm not gonna talk a whole lot because well, I say that I'm not going to hold off a whole lot before showing the film because I'm pretty excited. Now, I will warn you guys, I'm probably going to get kicked off of Twitch. I hope not, but I'm probably going to. I may even get kicked off of Facebook, not because of copyright stuff, but because there are some nudity shots. Okay, Frank says, "Home with 3 broken ribs. Not gonna hang here for this one. Been looking forward to it." Well, I'm sorry that you broke 3 ribs. Maybe you should stop wrestling the alligators. But welcome to the show. So yeah, this is considered a fan film, and it's like I said. I think for what they were doing, they did an excellent job. This has got some people that were actually involved in the actual Friday the 13th films. You've got Jason Brooks, who plays Jason Voorhees in this film, who will be appearing here later in the show. But it has CJ Graham, who played Jason Voorhees in Friday the 13th Part 6, whom Mia and I interviewed on October 16th, 2019, on the main event with Kevin and Mia. We had him on our show. It's also got Tommy McLaughlin, who was actually the director for Friday the 13th, Part 6. Okay, Frank, I'm glad you're going to hang here. Hang like a... yes, boobies. Yes, so I'm hoping I don't get kicked off the air. But I'm pretty sure I'll be safe on YouTube. So if by any chance I happen to go off the air, go right to YouTube, because that's where I got the movie, and you can watch the movie right on YouTube. So, and I do want to say this straight up. Attention, the content in this show may not be suitable for anybody under the age of 18. Parental discretion is advised. If your kids are watching this, then you're bad parents for letting them. Unless you're my kid, and my kid's used to seeing all this stuff because, well, what can I say? I'm not necessarily a bad parent, but it's on you guys, not me. Welcome to the show, Sir Doom 666, also known as Nathan Smock. So without further ado, guys, I'm going to get this film started. And I hope you guys will enjoy it as much as I did. And I will say, I ask that everybody is entitled to their opinion. I just ask that if you've got opinions, please be respectful with them. Some may like this, some may not. You're entitled to your opinion. I just ask that you be respectful with them. That's all. I need to leave, I guess. Yeah, that's right, Corey. You're out of here. Welcome to the show, buddy. Yeah, they get it from someone, and it ain't me. Yeah, well, hey, what can I say? Boobies! All right, so without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this is Friday the 13th Vengeance, a Friday the 13th fan film. Well, like, I get it. I do. It's. I'm not telling you. I'm not saying that you can't express your opinion.
Look at this mess.
Be respectful.
That's all. Shit.
Now, for those of you that don't know, the gentleman that, the caretaker, that is Tommy McLaughlin.
Oh, hello, sir. Been a long time.
Just take me to the site.
Yes, sir. It's right this way, sir.
And just so everybody knows, the reason why we're watching it this way is because this is shot in widescreen, and I don't want to be taking away from any of the video.
Side by side like this, that's people objected. I guess it's understandable, I suppose.
What of the boy?
Sir, he's not in the grave.
You'd be smart to keep that to yourself.
Oh, no, sir, I wouldn't tell anybody. No, sir, nobody.
Also, just so you guys know, the gentleman that he's talking to, that is C.J. Graham. He is playing Jason's father in this film.
Thank you, Mr. Voorhees. Thank you, sir.
No, they won't get me for copywriting because I actually have permission to use this film. Well, I do appreciate you joining us, Alfred. See, Corey, the thing with these films is that these are fan-made films, so they can't copyright anything with them. Now this is where some boobies are coming out. Not this guy, though.
You guys are missing out on some pretty good shit. Hey, You hear me?
Yeah. And you know who bought that, right, Ace?
Isn't there anything else you could be doing
You
right
probably
now?
haven't, Corey, and that doesn't make you a bad
Yeah,
friend.
I
That'll
would.
keep you
You guys
surprised
brought
when
me
you
a
see
girl.
what happens.
Eat it.
She's stoned.
Whose fault is that?
Guess I'll just have to check out some big old fat titties of my own.
Big fat titties of my own. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this show is not intended for children.
Wait, what was that?
What?
Did you hear that?
Hear what?
I don't know. It was like a chain or something.
Come on, it's probably just Ace. He's just fucking around.
Yeah.
This ain't right out of Friday the 13th, Part 7. Is that better, Frank? Oh, thank you, Mia. Welcome, staff. Thanks for joining us. Lady Doom 420. More interesting information for you guys. The music of this film was actually scored by none other than the guy that did the music for the original Friday the 13th, Harry Manfredini. Nick Strawn, you guys probably recognize that name. I interviewed him about a month ago. Peter Anthony.
Found you.
You found me again. Dang. Come on, let's go. Ashley Jarvis, hide and seek champion, 12 years running. Tell us, how do you do it?
Can I just have my phone back now?
Sure, okay, but how about we go pick up some cookie dough ice cream? Who's with me?
Fine.
All right, come here. What's going on, man? What's on your mind?
Nothing.
Huh, really? Okay, because it doesn't look like nothing.
I just wish I could stay at Mom's this summer so I could hang out with my friends.
I know, but I mean, this is the only time we ever really get to see Dad these days, and don't you miss him?
Yeah, but why can't he come visit us at Mom's?
You know Mom would never go for that, Ash. It's complicated. Hey, okay, why don't we drive over and visit Great-Grandma tomorrow? I mean, she would love to see you, you know?
Her house smells like cat piss.
You smell like cat piss. Hmm?
Hands-on experience of pitching a tent. We let you handle the poles. We let you spread the canopy.
Frights, killer tours.
We'll teach you how
Now, for
to
those of
start
you
a
that don't
fire.
know who she
You have to
is
stick it together to get a
actually
spark.
an actress
Killer
slash
tours.
adult
Experience
film
the
star.
terror that was the Jason Voorhees
Diana Prince.
playground. Killer tours. We knocked those other guys out of the woods. Roar!
Legend 57.
Killer tour.
We are now going live with Cameron Weber of KIMA.
All right, so I'm standing here with Sheriff Jason Rielotti, who has just agreed to give us a little bit more information about those.
Oh, I forgot to
Dad
mention.
left you a note
It
on
also
the
has
table.
Steve Dash in
The
it.
medical examiner of Wessex County, did they confirm that these are in fact bear attacks that killed those young victims?
They confirmed it, and that's why I released that information.
Actually, I didn't know
What do you
who
think
she
I'm running
was, and I will
an
put
amateur
that comment up on
department?
the screen.
But what about the rumors? What about
I have
the
no
rumors
idea
that
who.
there's
I
a
had no
homicide?
idea who she was until I watched this film,
I don't
and I had to look her up
This ain't grade school. Now, if you
because,
accuse-
well, boobies.
But we actually know
I'm like,
that
who is
there
that?
a
And
homicide
yeah,
investigation pending
Dad
that-
say
that's
when
how
he's
I
coming
discovered who
back?
she was. I'd never seen her before.
Later.
Listen, I don't know where you're getting
Later
information
when?
but obviously
Just
somebody's
later,
gonna
okay?
throw up a lot of attention to themselves.
Fine,
As I said,
whatever.
excuse me.
But what about Jason? You know, Jason Voorhees? Do people need to be worried?
Now you listen to me, you little fuck.
Now, again,
I'm the real
for
Jason.
those of you that are not
I'm
aware,
the real
this
Jason you got to
the-
worry
the
about in this town.
cop
And you just
is
crossed
Steve
over the
Dash,
fucking line.
and
Now,
he
you know what?
played
Pack up
Jason
your fucking
Voorhees
shit
in
and get
Friday
off
the
my side.
13th Part 2,
Is there
along
anything
with
else you wanna
Warrington
add?
Gillette, but it
You
was
don't
mostly
understand.
Steve Dash.
Pack up your shit
May he
and
rest
get
in
off
peace.
my fucking sidewalk.
He passed away shortly after they finished this film.
We apologize for the colorful language, but that is one of the perils of live television. Now, what you're looking at here is what we recorded earlier at Crystal Lake. The young woman being worked on by the paramedics has been identified as Mila Wiggins, the sole survivor
Corey
of the
says, I
vicious
really
attack.
do
The
enjoy
names of
watching
the
this
other three
Friday night
victims should be
shows
released
with
sometime
you,
this afternoon,
though.
once all of their families
Thanks
have
a
been
lot.
notified.
You're
Police
awesome.
and
Well, thank you,
investigators are
Corey. I
still on scene, so
appreciate
they're
that,
advising
and I'm
everyone
glad that
to
you
stay
can
out of the
watch it
area
with us.
until further notice.
Hello? Hey, Gigi. It's Angelica.
Oh, Angelica.
I was wondering when I was going to hear from you. Are you and Ashley at your dad's?
Yeah, a couple of days now.
Oh, you have.
To come visit.
That'd be great. I was just wondering if you talked to Dad today.
No.
Why?
No, he just wasn't home when Ash and me got back a while ago. I was just trying to track him down, that's all.
If I hear from
Him? I'll have him call you.
Great, thank you. And we'll come by soon, I promise. I should probably go get dinner started.
Okay, dear.
Tell Ashley hi for me.
I will. Bye, Gigi. Thank you.
And if you're just joining us, we are watching Friday the 13th Vengeance, a Friday the 13th fan.
Real Lottie.
And thank you for joining.
Sneaky son of a bitch.
Decades of peace at the old condemned camps, leaving some locals concerned about the area's history. Officials are reminding the public that the lake still remains closed for the time being, and they advise the people.
Well, good, Corey. I'm glad that you do, and I do too.
Hello? Who is this and how did
I
you
really
get this
enjoy
number?
doing this.
Robert, where are you?
Who is this?
It's Angelica.
Angelica. Hey, what's up? How are you? How are things?
Where are you?
I am at
And
the
another
coffee
news
shop
today, prisoners from the
doing
West
some
is
research on my book. What's up?
My dad's missing.
What?
My dad's missing.
Okay. Hey, stay there. I'm gonna be right there, okay?
Excuse me, sir.
Hey, Brooker, what's up?
How do you want to handle all the media attention that these
Jules Valenti.
murders have been getting?
Nothing's gonna change. Believe me, those KIMA cocksuckers are gonna try to stir up shit no matter what.
Now,
we
you'll
do.
also notice
What about the bear attack story?
the
Well, stick with
news
it. What are we gonna do?
station,
I mean, it's my official
KIMA.
story. If I change it now, the press will be up my ass.
That was
more
their
than they were
creative little
before.
way
I
of
can't change it.
throwing in the.
What if more bodies start showing up?
See if I can do it.
That's a big if. If, you know, I mean, we'll deal with it
That
when the
was
time
Jason's
comes.
kill cam.
And then, you know what? And the media can move on to some other bullshit story.
It
that
wasn't.
they got in their pockets.
Got it. Thank you, sir.
Damn. I had to piss like a racehorse.
Louis Carlisle, one of my
Wanna see the
favorite
horse
characters
part?
of this whole film. This
Hey,
is
where
also
you
Jason
going?
Brooks.
Come back. I'll clean you a place to sit down. Hey, kid. Got a smoke? Bullshit. Damn. Hey, you put the tail on tailgate.
Asshole!
Well, you brought the buns, I brought the meat.
Off!
Damn.
Lindsay
She's a
Ferrari.
tough bitch. Best you put your tampon in with a Nerf gun. Never mind, sugar. Looks like you got a little smoky anyway. Ah, shit. I didn't know the damn Squirrel Scouts are gonna be here.
A little
Ray
early to
Hopper.
be this drunk, ain't it, Louis?
Ah, shit, you're right. I guess I need another beer. Another beer here. Hey, you want one, Officer Fucker?
I don't think so.
All right, I'll take yours. 2 beers here.
Come on, Louis. Let's go.
Game's not over.
Well, it is for you.
All right, make them beers to go.
Give me your keys.
Oh, you driving?
Yeah, I'm driving.
Hey,
Hey, what is going on? You said your dad's missing. How do you know? He's back. Wait, does he mean
he does.
Jason fucking Voorhees?
Yeah. And you know, this is so typical of him. I mean, the minute we're here, suddenly he's got a new mission and has to run off and save the day.
This is fucking incredible.
Just,
What?
I don't want Ash to hear.
She doesn't know.
She doesn't care. She didn't even want to come here to begin with, but she never sees him anymore since visitation was taken away. So it's,
Yeah, that's rough.
yeah, well, he's fucking crazy.
Your dad's not crazy, okay? There's no way he wouldn't be here unless there's something really going on. You hear about that shit that's happening at Forest Green? Yeah. I bet you that's where he went.
Uh-huh. But Relati said it was a bear.
Lottie's full of shit, okay? A bear randomly hunts down and kills 3 people. You honestly believe that?
Unlike you and my dad, yeah,
Like the crazy ones, right? I know it's been 30 years, but why couldn't it be Jason?
Just help me find him and get him back here before he hurts himself or worse.
Yeah, of course. I know some people who can help. Everything will be okay. We'll find him.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
Are you ready for the thrills and chills of the epic Legends 57 Killer Tour? We've taken the liberty of having your gear already hauled to the campsite. So in just a few moments, we'll begin our tour.
Yeah, let's hope so. I mean, we saw the other ghost tour was $10 cheaper. You guys just had the higher rating.
Don't disappoint.
Oh, we won't. I guarantee it. Thomas lowered his prices again, huh?
He's got to do something to compete. We keep poaching his customers.
Bastard.
Yeah, he's leading a tour up here this weekend, too.
Yeah, I heard.
You don't think he's gonna get in our way, do you?
Nah, I'm not worried about a guy leading a ghost tour who's too afraid to go into the woods after dark.
Now, this is one of the most important spots on our Camp Crystal Lake horror tours.
So prepare yourselves for skin-crawling chills. If you're quiet enough, you can hear the screams of Jason Voorhees' tormented victims.
Yeah, no, I think those are the screams of your tormented customers.
I like it. I like it. That's good. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Oh, no! What is that noise? Is that Jason Voorhees coming to kill us?
Oh, God, I hope so.
I think it is.
God, you friggin' idiot! Who does that? Seriously.
Yeah, I just pissed myself.
See what you did?
That's not even a good costume.
A little kickstart to your heart, ladies and gentlemen. This is our other guy that'll be joining us for today, Alex Joyner.
Hi, guys. Sorry for the scare.
All right, up next on our trail, we have, oh yeah, this is the same part where Pamela Voorhees chased our next victim. And where Jason Voorhees went on a rampage and started to kill after he saw his mother decapitated. And he kept hearing.
I can tell you that if my
voice
guide followed a
his head.
script the way that guy is
And she
following
said,
his,
kill for me. Kill for me, Jason. And he went crazy.
I would take
and he
over the
did.
tour.
He did. He killed any and everyone. So what do you guys think?
Did you say my name?
Yeah, at least that costume's a little better.
Yeah? Yeah? Fuck.
Look, seriously, guys. I paid $600 fucking on this.
Ladies and
How
gentlemen.
is this going to be any different from those ghost kind of
James
shows
Shaver,
on TV?
welcome to the show.
This is gonna be fun.
Will it?
Speaking of
Hey,
that,
they're always
ladies and
just
gentlemen,
psyching you up,
I
but
want to
nothing ever
bring
really
onto
happens,
the
you know?
screen with me
I think it's gonna be great.
the immortal
I'm totally
Jason
excited.
Brooks.
Oh, yeah?
Hey.
Welcome to the show, Jason. How are you, buddy?
Good. How are you
Yeah,
doing?
we'll see.
Doing good, doing
the
good.
back.
Thank you very much for joining
Oh.
me. I'm
Yeah.
glad you were able to make it.
Sorry I'm late. Work was a little bit crazy.
A bear rolls up on me? It's gonna fucking
Got home as
regret
fast as
it.
I
No
could.
worries, man. No worries.
All
Better
right.
late than never, right?
All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
For the spookiest,
So,
most terrifying
yeah, you've already
tour
killed a whole shit
of
ton
your
of people,
lives.
and you missed it.
That's right, gang. There's no other ghost
Perfect.
tour
But
around
then
that
again,
compares
you were
to
there,
this one.
so.
So be prepared to be.
So,
I'll see you next
ladies and
time.
gentlemen, for those of you that don't know this,
So follow
Jason
me.
Brooks played
Let's get this
Jason
tour on the
in this
road.
film, as well as Louis Carlisle,
Got you now.
which I'm hoping that after the film, maybe we'll get to hear a little bit of Louis Carlisle come out of you.
All right.
Hey, Rob.
Peter Anthony told me,
Absolutely.
have him do some Louis Carlisle.
Hey, thank you for taking it easy on me, Ash, all right?
I will next time. You better
Absolutely.
practice.
Okay, I will.
So now I've got to adjust the movie volume because I'm having difficulty hearing you, and I want to make sure that everybody can hear us and the film.
Okay.
Okay, Rob. What's going on?
So,
Guys,
ladies and gentlemen of the audience,
so much for
if
the
you
quick
guys have any
response.
questions
Yeah, of
for
course.
Jason, you can
So,
ask the
what's the
questions. I'll
emergency?
put them up on the screen. I'm
well,
pretty sure you can
Angelica
see
here just found out her dad is
when I
missing.
put
He may be in trouble.
the comments up.
think
Can
you
you
all
see
can
that, Jason?
Angie, Jeff Deere,
No.
Joey Higgins, and Heather
No?
Field.
All right. So what I'll do is
Wait,
when they ask a
what?
question,
As in
I'll ask you the
people that
question.
My dad
As
is.
in everyone here is
Okay.
a family affected by Jason Voorhees.
And you can hear me
Yes.
all right, yeah?
Yep. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
You know how I
Yep,
feel
I
about
can hear you.
this.
Just hear me out this one time, Angie, okay?
Awesome.
Jason killed his Aunt Sandra.
And my Uncle Rob. You went hunting for Jason, didn't come home.
Her mother
So
was one of the
James
few people to see
Shaver's
Jason before he went
asking,
on his
does
killing spree.
Bloodlines have an official
Her and
release
Jenny
date yet?
Survived him face to face.
No.
She actually stopped
You know,
him
we
once.
want to get it done and
Okay,
wrapped
so
up
how
and
does
done
Angelica
properly
fit in
before
all
we
this?
put an actual release date on it.
Everyone,
So, you know, things happen.
I'd like you to meet Angelica
COVID period
Jarvis.
still, things get slowed down sometimes. People are busy, so we just want to make sure that we get it done. We're not racing to the finish line to put
Jesus,
something
man,
out.
he is like a living legend around here.
but we're looking at getting it out around
He
May,
thinks Jason is back,
April to
and he's
May.
probably
So
gone after him
In May?
again.
or yeah, you're on April and May. Right now I'm looking at May 13th,
Clear our family name.
but
Start the truth.
that's just kind of the soft date.
Yeah, but
Yeah, because I've been kind
We all
of
live with
itching
the
to
same
see.
stuff,
I'm like, all right, we've got Peter's movie coming out. They've got Jason Rising. They got all these. Where the hell is Bloodlines? I want to see it.
Yeah, me too.
I've interviewed everyone I could about
So,
the attacks.
are you guys done shooting for the film, and you're just going through the
Yes.
editing process now, or?
And preparing for this day.
Correct. So some of the same crew and editing team that worked on Bloodlines are just going to do Bloodlines did Roseblood. So the attention's been focused on Roseblood for now. So Vengeance has been kind of on the back burner while that gets completed. And now that that's coming out in a week or so, after that we can start talking about getting Bloodlines on the table, on the front burner. So.
Well, you do realize that, you know, and I understand how busy you guys get with, you know, the editing and all that, but you can expect to hear me knocking on your door saying, Jason, I wanna interview you and show Bloodlines, because
I'm gonna drive you over to
that's what this show is all about. We watch all kinds of horror movies, but this month I've dedicated it to Friday the 13th fan films. I'm having a lot easier time playing the fan films than I am the copyrighted stuff, because I keep getting booted off the air with certain stuff.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So that's why I want to, if I can stay focused on fan films, not just Friday the 13th, but of all kinds. I think that puts you guys out there a little bit more. Plus, it gives me content to use. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, Jim. Did you hear about this one?
So, Stephanie Smock asks, how fun was this movie?
Uncles.
Oh, it was an amazing time. I had a blast.
I can see why your wife hates
It was my first feature film
She's glad I'm
that
out
I was
here to
in,
bless you guys.
and just everyone felt like family, and we just had a good time. Everyone was really interested in volunteering, putting their time into it,
Jesus, Chad.
and everyone had a love for the franchise. It was all about the passion, so the energy was really good. Nobody was there because it's a paycheck, or no one was there because of obligation. It was like everybody who was there on set wanted to be there, and Jeremy Brown, he put together a really good team of people, and it just was really, it was awesome. It was a great experience.
And I have to say that I think everybody did an awesome job, from the actors to the camera guys to the sound. I know that I've never done a movie like this, but I know that there's a lot of work that goes into just creating videos. So I can just imagine that's probably 15-fold making a film like this, because you guys have something to prove.
Yeah, and we wanted to do the best we could with what we had, and Dustin Montier, our DP, was also one of our camera guys. Brian Binning did our sound. They all worked really hard, as well as everyone else behind the scenes. And I had a lot of appreciation, because you can't do it on your own. It does take that village to do it, from every PA and every person. Bringing food and helping, and props, costumes, wardrobe, effects, makeup. It's locations, it's everything. So you lose one of those people, and it becomes really hard, and you don't have as good of a film.
Right. Oh, my wife Mia, she's in the audience. She says, "Hi, Jason."
Hi, Mia.
And of course, Corey Willett says, "Hello, Jason. Hope all is well with you and your family. God bless."
Sir,
Thank you very much. You too.
Pitching my tent right now.
More like a pup tent.
Why don't you come on up here, David? And
Okay, let's see. Frank Beal asks, are any of the locations you shoot on ones used in previous franchise or fan-based films?
Well, first,
the location for this, no. This is all shot in Woodinville,
You know, I
Washington,
find that
and Duval, Washington.
sweatpants do the best work in these
And so
situations.
the upcoming films, Vengeance 2 and Roseblood, were shot in the same locations, but
here.
otherwise,
Luckily, we have Dean here, who is a master
we did
at
not. And we
erecting
also
a
shot
tent.
some in Florida. The Steve Dash footage was shot in Florida where he was living at the time. His health didn't allow him to fly out here, so we flew to him.
Limp at first,
But
don't worry about
otherwise, it was
The more you work it,
all out here.
the stiffer it gets. Here, go and take the tip, Frank.
Here,
Thank you.
The tip. Marilyn, you hold the middle.
Okay.
As you see, I continue
So
working
we'll
it. And look how long that's getting.
take a little break from
So
the questions
long,
and
so
whatnot.
firm.
And
This is
let
how you
people
want to
catch
pick
up
a
on the
tent.
film. How did you guys
wanna
score
consult?
Diana Prince? I gotta ask.
Not really.
That's Jeremy Brown.
That's what
Um,
Angelica wants.
Of course it
He-
is.
What I'm going
I
to
believe
do
we
is
just put
follow.
the casting
extra
call
bite?
up on a casting board, and she and well, that was the story that I understood, that she reached out and Jeremy knew of her, of course, and it was just pretty exciting. She's an amazing person and super sweet. I spent a good amount of time with her a few different times.
All
And,
the talking, right, Angie?
and once when she was coming out to get her body cast done for the kill, I spent a good couple days with her and with that and learned a lot about her. She's actually really smart. She has this whole other side to her that people don't see, where she's like a very savvy business person, very business oriented, very intelligent as far as entertainment goes. So I think she's someone you were going to want to watch, especially in the horror community in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
She brought the Bill Bob Briggs show back.
That's what I was hoping you would tell me.
She's very dynamic with her acting abilities. I will give her that.
I think you know my aunt, Jenny.
Yeah. And the behind the scenes stuff, the producing stuff and everything, like she just it was just fun listening to her go on about her plans and what she wants to do and kind of building an empire.
He's probably gone after him again.
Well, if anybody can do it, I would dare to say she could do it.
And so, well, we hoped you would know how we could find him.
And help him kill Jason.
Let's see. Stephanie Smock asks,
You honestly don't.
what was your favorite scene in the movie?
No, I don't, but my dad does.
Oh man.
You've been studying all of
I've
this
got a
for
few.
ages.
And that probably
So,
means you know how to kill him once and for all.
I mean, the scene where Steve Dash, I don't think we've gotten there yet, but where Elias comes up behind Steve Dash in Steve's home, that was shot in Florida. She wasn't able to be there, so that was me portraying Elias in that scene. Important to me and special just because I got to act in a scene with Steve. And then also the ending with CJ was another one that I really loved. Being able to go face to face as Jason with CJ, former Jason, and my favorite, it was just that was also an honor, and just kind of like I'm pinching myself, like here I am doing this with this person that I really admire.
See, now when Mia and I interviewed you back, geez, when was that? Well, it must have been 2019.
Yep.
When the first time that we interviewed you on the main event with Kevin and Mia,
Robert Thompson that's been emailing me for the past year.
I was expecting you. Yes, ma'am. When I contacted you, I was not. First of all, I wasn't expecting you to even respond to me. But the way that you responded to me, I also wasn't expecting. When I invited you to our show, you were like, "Oh my God, yeah, that'd be great. That'd be, that'd awesome." And I'm like, "Wow, he's really excited about it." So I wasn't expecting you to be so excited to be on our show, but I also wasn't expecting you to be so humble and so just such a down-to-earth guy. Like talking to you during the show was not difficult at all, because you're just a down-to-earth kind of guy. You're not one of those whatever, stick your nose up in the air kind of people. And I think that's probably one of the qualities about you that I respect the most, is that you show respect to other people no matter what.
Why don't you pick up this?
Like,
I know.
I'm nobody. I'm absolutely nobody. I'm just some Northern Maine hick doing a podcast, trying to entertain people, you know? So when you agree to come on any of my shows, I'm honored that you take the time out of your busy schedule to do that.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And I'm nobody too. I'm just a guy who got lucky enough to get the role and be able to be a part of this thing. And I mean, yeah, it's a ton of work, a ton of effort, a ton of time, money, everything. But I still feel lucky that I got to be a part of it, and that Jeremy took the chance on me, brought me in, and gave me the opportunity. So, and without people like you and other people who appreciate the film, I mean, there's not much for me to talk about with this. So, I just appreciate that all the work that the team did to make this movie is appreciated, and that people do want to talk about it. So, I just think that's a blessing. So when people do reach out, I feel appreciation that they're invested. So why wouldn't I be, you know?
Well, I can't speak on behalf of anybody else because it's just not what I do, but I will say that I totally appreciate everything that I've seen come out of everybody that was involved in this film and other fan films as well. I mean, it takes a lot to do what you guys are doing. And I know it takes a lot of money, which without the backers, you guys are probably hurting pretty bad. I couldn't imagine trying to do what you guys do on my budget, which is like
even
$0.
with the backers. Yeah, even with the backers, you know, you got the certain set amount, have your budgets, you try to make it happen, but there's always the little things that add up that catch you on the backside that you don't really plan for or know to plan for. There's always the oops or the this went wrong or this has to be purchased. Or flights have to be changed, canceled, redone. You know, there's always things that come up that cost extra money out of your pocket, and so it is expensive even with backers. So, but it cannot be done without the backers.
Absolutely. So James Shaver asked, is Astra Wiley coming back for the Bloodline soundtrack? I absolutely love her voice.
Oh, Asta? No, Asta. So far, there's no plans for Asta to come back. For that, we will have. So part of the campaign, we're doing the Vengeance songs, the Vengeance inspired by album, or the Songs of Vengeance album. Will contain songs that were in the first Vengeance and will be in the second Vengeance, as well as songs that were inspired by Vengeance or Vengeance 2, and Asta's song will be included in that.
And there you have it, James. I still got Peter actually still owes me, I think, a copy of this movie. Because I want to see the behind the scenes stuff.
Oh. I'm surprised you don't have one. Are you sure that, because Peter's usually really on that stuff. You would have sent it. Are you sure you didn't ask me?
Oh, maybe it was you.
Maybe, I don't know. No,
I don't know.
Peter's really good about being on that stuff. So
either way, I want to get a copy of the DVD because I want the behind the scenes stuff.
Oh yeah, there's quite a bit of that.
Now this character, ladies and gentlemen, you guys saw Louis earlier in the film. This character right here shows exactly how dynamic Jason Brooks is as an actor. He can go from a mass murdering, killing psychopath to some drunk, lush redneck. And that's not the only. Those aren't the only characters that you've ever played. You've played other characters in other films as well.
Yeah, but this one's the most fun.
And I was going to say you had to have had. Who came up with the line about shoot? Puts her tampon in with a Nerf gun. Was that you?
No, that actually. So when Jeremy asked me if we could put Louis in a film, I said yeah, as long as I have control over the lines. So the script had some basic lines that were in there that I could expand on. And the girl I was seeing at the time, Maddie, she was the makeup artist that worked with a lot of other models and everything. And she came home one day and said, I heard this line that one of the models said about being like, she was like, no, I'm a tough bitch. I put my tampon with a Nerf gun. And I was like, oh my God, we have to use that line. That's amazing. So we put that in the film. So I would, God, I could take credit for that line, but I can't.
That was one of the most, that was probably the funniest line throughout the whole film. I was like, I have to remember that. I have to remember that because the next time I go to insult somebody, I'm going to use that line.
Yeah, and when I'm at conventions or signing pictures of the Louis character, putting quotes on, that's the one that gets asked the most is the tampon with the Nerf gun. So it's an amazing line.
Oh my word! Yeah, that was one of my favorites right there. Okay, so now they're still hunting for Tommy
in the middle of the goddamn road.
And Louis trying to figure out where that tree came from in the middle of the road.
It was definitely not in the road.
Doing, dipshit? What?
Don't drink
it
the
was
milk.
for him.
Halloween or something?
Yeah.
Hey, fucking talking to you, Mickey Myers.
Okay.
What,
Frank Beal asks,
or something?
question outside of gathering the more well-known actors in the movie. How did you guys go about your casting call and locating actors from main characters to bit roles and such?
Take it the fuck out of my way.
Yeah, so that was a mix. We did a lot of actor casting boards, backstage, and Casting Frontier. We also had several backers who were part of the film, and they had paid the money to be in the film, which we really enjoyed because this was we went into this to make a fan film by fans for fans with a real attitude of bringing fans together. And so we really wanted to include fans in as much as we could. So fans were helping behind the scenes. They were being put in the film as extras and as actors. And then for some of the lead roles, we actually did casting to get seasoned actors. So and some were just word of mouth. But for the most part, they were casting boards.
And I gotta say, out of all the kills in the film, that one there, where Jason pulled Louis's head, that was phenomenal. And that was done.
Yeah.
Was that or was that not done by Joe Castro?
It was. I was just gonna say, yeah, Joe Castro is the one who did that. I flew down to LA for for a day. I went down in the morning. Joe picked me up. We went to his place. We had lunch. Then he cast my head, and I went back to the airport and went home. And he showed up on set with that effect, and we pulled that off there. So he did a really good job making that.
That was
pretty
phenomenal.
cool.
I actually talk to Joe frequently back and forth on Facebook. I'm gonna eventually get him onto one of these shows.
Yeah.
Well, I told him to check out my show to let me know, if it's something that he would consider being on, because I know some people are like. I was actually kind of surprised that I was able to score Mick Strawn.
Because there are a lot of goddamn
unanswered
questions.
Right at the last minute,
Mick is
too.
awesome.
That day, I messaged him. I was like, hey, I know this is short notice, man, but any chance I can get you on the show? And he's like, absolutely. I was like, damn.
But that's just the thing. There's all these stories and reports.
Yeah, Mick is one of my good friends, love him to death.
Find out what's real and what isn't.
He's full of great stories.
Yeah. Maybe
oh, he was, and he was so full of information, man, that it was awesome. Of course, unfortunately, I got kicked off the air that night because I was using a Nightmare on Elm Street clips, and YouTube and Facebook had a bitch fit about it and kicked me off. Which later, Warner Brothers released their claim on Facebook because I disputed it. I was like, I did it exactly how I was told to do it by a lawyer. So I should be good to go. They accepted my argument and released the thing on the video. YouTube refused. They took it right off and wouldn't put it back out.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, that's
When I
bullshit.
asked why we weren't supposed to go there,
But
he told me
yeah.
it was 'cause of some kind of death.
whatever, it is what it is. If that's the only episode that I do that gets taken
See for
down,
yourself.
well, then I guess I'm doing good.
Right?
Well, we've got a big day tomorrow, folks. I suggest you youngsters get yourself some sleep.
We already went through the kill where you took off that person's head with the car window,
awful
right?
early when you're out camping.
We did.
That happened.
We did. I love that.
We were talking through it, I think.
Yep.
Seen the morning, Frank.
No, those ladies were great. That was Toy Williams and Reagan Heller. They were both backers. Toy won. We had a competition to be killed by Jason, and she won that. So she was there for that. And I think it was one of our backers who came in. And so the kill itself was planned the day of. We had kind of an idea. It's like, well, we know that we're going to put them in a car. They're on their way to join this group to be part of this tour, but they don't make it. And that kind of helped keep some of the pacing going and keeping some kills and then keep it interesting. But it's just on the day, it's like, well, what can we do? So I was like, well, I can shove Toy's head in the engine. We can get the blood cannon going there, and then we have an extra severed head. Let's cut her head off at the window. And we went through different ideas of smashing a head in the car door or underneath the car, different things like that. But that's where we landed, and fan favorite. A lot of fans talk to me about that one as being one of their favorite kills.
Yeah, that was a really good. Both of those kills were good ones, and I of course I had been following you guys the whole way, so I knew that the people that got killed in that scene, I knew that the one that was under the hood was the winner of the. It was the one that got killed under the hood, right? That was the winner.
Yeah, Toy.
So yeah, I had followed that. I was like, man, that's badass. I wish I would have been able to be a backer, not because I definitely would have, if I had the ability to do so, I would have gone out and done some filming with you guys, but it just wasn't meant to be for me.
Yeah.
A beer bottle.
It was.
So Frank Beal asks, here's a guy's question. Was the beard real or makeup? And if it was real, do you miss it?
Oh, for Louis?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no, that was definitely fake.
Recognize the shirts on those two.
It's that makeup takes about an hour and a half to put on. A little bit of old age makeup and then crepe wool hair and things like that. Getting that all together, it's very uncomfortable. And in fact, the night before that scene, we got home at like 2:00 in the morning or something like that from filming. We had to get up the next morning. And we either had to get up at like 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. and start doing the makeup, or do it while we were awake. So we went and did the makeup before we went to bed, and I slept sitting up with all the makeup on, and then did the scene for the next day and throughout the entire day. And by the time we were, my face was just so happy to get all the glue off and the hair, and it's hard to eat. All the little hairs, they fall off and they get inside your mouth and foods. You're constantly like getting little wool hairs in your mouth. It's just terrible. But once you get that makeup on, or once I get that makeup on, I just feel like that character for the day. So
Can't say I have.
Well, now I don't know. I had this discussion with the folks from Jason Rising when I interviewed them. When you get into the Jason outfit, like
Yes.
I know behind the scenes,
Dean really is great at
you probably talk with the director and all the cast and whatever to work through your scenes.
Thank you.
But like when you make public appearances dressed like Jason, do you ever talk to anybody?
There are plenty to go around.
No, it's when in the public, like if I go to a convention, do photo ops, I usually don't, unless it's a handler or someone who's, a volunteer convention or something that I need to work with or have something done. But when I'm working with the fans themselves, I try to just keep in character.
Yeah, see, now anybody who knows me personally knows that I'm a huge Jason fanatic. Every Halloween, any costume I get into is usually I have a Jason Voorhees costume. I've done haunted woods walks here locally, and it really disturbs people because I get so into that character once I get everything on that I refuse to talk to anybody.
Take a piss.
And it scares the crap out of people that even know that it's me.
Don't get lost again.
Oh yeah,
it's funny. I told the people from Jason Rising, I think it was last week. I was telling them the story about the first time that I dressed up for the Haunted Woods walk and how I scared the guy that hired me to do it because he didn't know it was me. Well, he knew it was me, but I wouldn't talk to him. So yeah, that really freaked him out.
Nice. Yeah, I've only had a haunted house for several years, as Jason as well, and worked the queue line and same thing. I just refuse to talk to anyone. When people come up and ask for directions, like where do I go for the entrance or where's the tickets, where's everything, and I don't break character and they're like, creepy. Okay, I'll go ask someone else. You know, and absolutely. There's Asta. So Asta Wiley, who did the song that was being talked about earlier.
Oh yeah,
that's her right there in the bathing suit. Yep.
And what would your husband think about a little summer romance? Huh?
Our arrangement works well for both of us. I don't ask him what happens on his business.
Now this is
trips,
kind of
and
going
he doesn't ask me
back into the backstory of Jason a little bit, letting people know
How about a quick
what happened.
Okay, but
Exactly.
not
Facebook user. I don't know who you are. I know that it says there's my cuz. Obviously, it's a family member. Go to StreamYard.com/Facebook
Reality, Jarvis, what the hell
and
are you two doing?
click the allow
What the fuck?
thing so that they can communicate with each other and your name will show up.
Kid, Jason Voorhees.
Either that
Couple of kids
or
saw him go
just
out
put
the
your
lake, he
name
went down,
after
he
your
never came
post.
back up. Where the fuck were you two
Tell us who you
idiots?
are.
Christ, I swear there was nobody out there. You were supposed to
What's
be
that,
watching
Jason?
him, you stupid son of a bitch.
I
Where
said,
the
or
hell
just
were
tell us who you
God
are.
damn it.
Right.
You're so
exactly. Now, question from me: how hard was it for you guys to get Steve Dash to agree to be in the film?
No.
Not
yet.
Well, it wasn't
take a
too
quick look around
hard.
here
I mean, it
and
was
see if we can find
a little bit of
something.
work. It was like, so Jules Valente,
6.
who's the one talking right now, the police officer, she was helping a lot behind the scenes, and she knew Steve, and she went to a convention to go talk to Steve to get him on board. And he said, no, it sounds really good. We told him about the story, what's going on. He's like, it sounds really great, but you know, I'm kind of getting up there in age, and I don't think I can travel, especially filming in like February, March up in Washington. It's cold, so I don't think we can do it. And I'm not traveling as well as much anymore, especially going cross country from Florida to Washington. So she came back and said that, and I said, that's a bummer. Maybe, you know, he is traveling to conventions though, so maybe we can fly to a convention, bring the camera, set up a hotel room or something where we can then film him in this room, make it look like he's in the police station and like taking calls or working from the office there, and or even fly out to where home is and try to do something that way. And so then she went back to him, mentioned this, and he said, wow, you guys want me that much, willing to come out to me and do that? I'm absolutely in. And then once also with the charity, the Shriners Children's Hospital, we have been donating money that we've been raising to the Shriners Children's Hospital, which turned out to be in the $26,000 range, and that was also something that was special to him. So he was all in as soon as he heard about that as well.
Nice, nice.
Passed away, alone and grieving from the sound of it.
So I'm hoping that I don't get kicked off the air with all the nudity that we've been able to experience in this film. I know I won't get kicked off YouTube because it's already on YouTube. I'm hoping that Twitch and Twitter and Facebook don't kick us off.
No.
Welcome to the show, my cousin Dawn. Sorry, what was that, Jason?
I said I didn't see anything.
Yes, but Facebook sees all.
Oh, yeah.
And this is just a flashback, guys, for those of you wondering.
When Elias finds Jason's body.
Yeah. You guys, what was funny was that you guys did exactly, because I started writing my own screenplay for this. Or for a Friday the 13th fan
Maybe
film.
they were just a
And
or maybe all the legend
and
and
you
stuff
guys
were just
actually
made things
used
harder on them all.
an idea that I hadn't told anybody. So you can tell Jeremy Brown to stay out of my head. About the father, because there was never any real meat and potatoes with the father. So I was like, oh yeah, man, do that, and then have him put a curse or something on Jason so that he'll never die, or cast a spell. And
yeah,
I was like, when I saw that, I was like, how the hell did they get that out of my head?
Yeah, no, that was, we were talking about the Elias story, doing the backstory, and trying to figure out what his relationship was to Jason. And so, Jeremy and Mike Mead and myself and a couple others, we were all talking about it. And how do these pieces, there's a lot of open questions, and where was Jason for all these years between, 1 and 2, and how did Jason come back? Was he dead? Was he not dead? Did he see his mother die, or how did he see his mother die, and all these things. So it's like the father seemed to be the logical missing link that could bring it all together.
Yeah, it was because the only film in the actual franchise that said anything about Elias was Jason Goes to Hell. And I'm not gonna lie, I hated that movie.
Does Marianne get as good as
Yeah, a lot of people did.
Part 5 kind of chapped my ass for a while, but just because it wasn't really Jason in the film. But Jason Goes to Hell was definitely my least favorite out of all of them. I hear people bitch about, oh, well, Jason X sucked. You know what? They stayed pretty consistent with Jason in Jason X. The Jason Goes to Hell, they should have never made that movie. It's just my opinion.
It's everyone's got their favorite, and they're the one they like the least, and it's funny to hear them. Everyone has different reasons for it, and I can find some appreciation for all of them. And in part 9, I think they had some good kills, and but they had to go that different direction, and I can see where it's like you really want to see Jason do these kills, not random people possessed by Jason. So it did make it kind of tough.
That was probably the part that I hated the most, was the body jumping. I'm like, what the really? And as CJ Graham told me one time, anybody can be an armchair quarterback.
Oh yeah. You let my boy drown. Yeah, there's plenty of those, and the internet birthed a lot more of them too. So.
Oh yeah. I've seen so much hate, especially amongst the fan film communities.
Wow.
I don't feed into it. I've heard people say some pretty nasty stuff, and I'm like, no, man. And so when that happens, that tells me right there, because you get this one from this particular fan film talking smack about this one. Well, you know what, dude? You just totally prevented me from ever putting you on my show. Because if you feel the need to trash somebody else's work or somebody else in order to make yourself look better, that's not what I want on my show.
Yeah. It doesn't help the fans. It doesn't help anyone. You're trying to draw people into your drama, and it just doesn't help anyone. So, and the way, like in all my interviews, when it comes up about other fan films, I've always said that I think it's great that there's a variety of fan films, because just like we were talking about Part 9, Part X, some people have, there's the 12 films in the franchise. Everyone has their favorite, and it's all different. There's not one film that everyone is unanimously saying this is the best one. So there's something for everyone, which is great. And it's the same thing with the fan film world. There's people who love ours the best. There's people who love other ones the best. There's people who hate Vengeance, love Vengeance. And it's just like the franchise. So I think it's really great that there's this variety that people can enjoy. And there's something for everyone. There's something for everyone to latch onto or to like or love or appreciate. And some people appreciate all of them. So I don't know. I just think it's great that there's more content and it's entertainment. So
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, you guys with the Vengeance film, you guys were really the ones that, I mean, I had seen other fan films put out there, and you could tell they were done with a handheld video camera,
Yeah.
Weren't the best quality, but there was you could tell that there was a lot of effort put into it.
Yeah.
For what, I mean, that would have been the kind of film that I would have probably ended up making had I done one, because I got zero budget, and then you guys come out with Vengeance, and I'm like, there's no way in hell that this is a fan-made film.
I want to stay by the
Just by looking at the quality of the video, I'm like, there's just no way. And then I get to talk to all of you guys, and I realize, wow, it really is a fan-made film.
Well, thank you.
So,
and yeah, I mean, I get the question a lot, like, what kind of advice do you give to people who want to make a fan film, and what do you want to say to others who want to do it? And it's really just, you have fun and just do it. If you want to do it. It's really difficult. It's hard, but to me, a fan film doesn't have to be the highest quality, movie quality. It's like, you just do what you want to love. If you have a story you want to tell, try to do it. We were fortunate and worked hard to find people who could make it look like this. And we were blessed to find good people. And not everyone has the resources that other fan films have, or bigger studios have. So you make what you can with what you have. And I applaud those who do, like, rather than just give up and say, well, I'm not going to be able to find somebody with this kind of camera or this kind of sound system or lighting, then I'm just not going to do anything. I applaud those people who get out there and do it anyway.
well, I'm glad. I won't, like I said, I won't speak on anybody else's behalf, but I'm glad that you guys were able to pull off this film. I'm glad that Peter Anthony was able to pull off his film, and that you guys are working on Bloodlines. I can't wait to see all of the stuff that you guys have done. I'm so excited, and you can bet your ass that I'm going to be pounding down your door saying, hey, come on, Jason, you're going to be on the show. You're going to bring me some other people with you to be on the show, because we got to watch it. We got to.
Absolutely.
Okay, one of the audience members asks, when considering actors for roles, did you eventually end up with the actors who you wanted in the characters they portrayed?
Let me see. When considering people for the roles, I mean, I think for the most part, yes. I mean, some people we had cast, but then they had to back out because of time conflict or other projects that they're working on. And then there's things always happen where you have to change cast last moment for whatever reason. So we did have a couple of last second changes. One change like the day prior. Calvin, who was in the water a second ago, he was one of those last second changes where 2 days before filming, we found that the other actor was suddenly became unavailable for personal reasons, and so then we had to recast him. The girl who plays Heather in this one, she also was somebody who we had to cast last second, so I think we had a week to recast her, and we got lucky. We got lucky finding some good people last second. So, but for the most part, the Robert, Luke, he's an amazing actor. And he put his audition. He was not who we thought. He was not the type of person that we thought Robert was. He was not the character we thought. But he had a different spin on Robert than what we had story, and we loved it. It was like, this guy can bring a lot to this character that we didn't anticipate or think of, and make him really stand out and be different. And so, you know, he obviously got cast, and we're really appreciative of that because he's phenomenal. Kelly, she replaced another actress who originally had the role when we were doing Mythos, and she couldn't come back. So Kelly came in, and I feel like we got lucky with her as well. But for the most part, I think we had we cast the people that, you know, with the auditions we had and the entries and stuff. I think we cast the best people that we could.
And James Shaver asks, and Robert will return in Bloodlines?
I don't want to give any spoilers.
Too bad, James.
I know that James loves Robert. He likes to call him Shaggy. You know, he's the pothead, Shaggy mystery gang kind of guy. So, yeah, I can't give away any spoilers.
And I'm okay with that. Hey, welcome to the show, Peter Anthony. He was able to make it in for a minute to say, "What's up, gents?"
Hey, what's up? I know Peter's a very busy guy
on
right
YouTube.
now. Nice. Yeah, Peter's getting
Yeah,
ready.
I tried to get Peter on the show.
Premiere. Yeah.
Sorry, what was
I'm
that?
surprised he's able to join. Huh?
I tried to get him on the show, but he's right out straight trying to get ready for the premiere, so I didn't bother him too bad.
Yeah, he's really busy. It's like the last day or so of the Roseblood premiere. So anyone who wanted to get tickets for that, get them now. Go to Eventbrite. Go check it out. It's next week. Laura Park Lincoln, Kevin Spiritus, Terry Kaiser's going to be there. I'm going to be there. Sanaya. So there's going to be the cast and crew is all going to be there. It's going to be pretty amazing. So check it out. And everything I've seen that Peter's put together for this event, top notch, super classy. It's awesome. So definitely be. I was just telling Peter yesterday that everything he's put together, I've never seen an event like this. The care, the time, the effort he's putting in, it's amazing. So it's definitely going to be a bigger deal than it sounds. You know, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I knew it.
I really wish that we would have been able to, because originally when he was going to do the premiere in New Jersey, we were planning on taking off. I was planning on taking off time from work in October to go to the premiere. I had that all planned out, and then the venue had to change. So, which I'm not upset or bitching about it. But then it was too late for me to change my vacation time. So it really sucks that we weren't able to go, because I really wanted to do our show from the premiere.
Yeah. But, yeah, that would have been great. But yeah, it outgrew the New Jersey location. A lot of people, it just wouldn't have fit, and it's gotten big. It's pretty cool. I'm really excited.
I'm extending this month's, because I designated November to be my Friday the 13th month. Which you'd think, being a fan, I would have done that in October, but I needed to stretch it out, because Peter Anthony's Roseblood is going to be the final Friday the 13th fan film that I do for the month, which will be on December 3rd. Don't forget about it, Peter. I'm eyeballing you, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, and this one's my favorite kill.
Jason, don't. Jason, Mother is talking to you.
He's like, my mama never talked to me like that.
Ginny did.
You ain't my mama.
Yeah, I love that one, because it was, you know, Jason throughout the film, you know, it's kind of, he goes in, he kills, and he moves on. Kill, move on, kill, move on. Where this is the one where Heather, who's Ginny's niece, from she knows, of course, the story of part 2 and Ginny and how she pretended to be the mom and was able to trick Jason for a moment. So she tries that in the moment where she's faced Jason, and Jason kind of has that memory for a moment of like, wait a minute, I've been here before, I'm not falling for that again. And then also, you're messing with my mom and trying to pretend to be my mom. And so that was one time I wanted to really let loose and just keep wailing on him and not let go. So, and then also the stunt with Jules Valente, she played the character for the stunt where we went and the choke slam to the ground. Did a really good job. God, we practiced that so many times and with pads. And then when we got down to it, we did it so many times that we were able to do it safely that we were like, let's try it without the pads. So we kept reducing it down, and until we were able to get it down to where we did it with the ground, and did it completely safe. No injuries, no bumps, bruises, nothing. It would just did it a couple times that way, and it worked really well.
See, I could have been possibly an asset in that department, being a retired wrestler. Could have shown people how to take that bump.
Nice. Well, she didn't have to take any bumps at all. We just went down, and so if you watch carefully, you can see the camera going up and then all the way down to the ground, showing the ground with no pads or anything, and it just looks great. So I love that. And that kill, that was a reshoot. When we got the footage at the end, the original kill, I stomped on her head when she was in a sleeping bag, and it just didn't turn out very good. So we had to reshoot that whole scene.
Right now.
Just a little trivia.
Oh, wow.
Brooke, if you can hear me, you can't talk, just cue your mic.
I'm gonna say you've pretty much killed everybody, haven't you?
Isn't that my job?
I'm gonna say, how many people are left?
I never thought I'd come, but here it is.
I think the kill count was like 46 or something.
Was it really? Wow.
I really
Yeah.
don't like the looks of this place.
That's more. That's more than any other. That's more than any other film, isn't it?
Yeah, I think 18 was the highest in part 6, I believe.
All right.
Wow.
If you don't count
like
like Freddy versus Jason with the cornfields. But
they'll have to step up their game when Hollywood gets their head out of their ass and starts coming back with some Friday the 13th stuff.
Yeah.
This is it.
Hey, it's been 30 years, so a lot of people hanging around. You gotta wipe them all out.
Yeah. See, I was talking to the folks from Jason Rising about how the fan films, as far as I'm concerned, the fan films are getting more and more creative than Hollywood even. I mean, Hollywood, the last Friday the 13th, the actual Friday the 13th film they put out, which I guess you could call Jason X,
I'm just saying,
for
given the current
lack of a better
situation, it's a
term,
good suggestion.
they're not exercising their imagination very much, I don't think. Putting Jason in space, that was kind of an interesting concept and something that we hadn't seen before, so I give them props for that. But I mean, Hollywood has been remaking movies left and right, and it's like, why? Why are you doing all of these remakes?
Well, Jason X, they were trying to get the whole Jason versus Freddy thing off the ground, and they wanted to make another Jason movie, but they couldn't interfere with the whole Jason versus Freddy and the timeline and everything. So it was kind of one of those things like, well, yeah, we can make it, but we can't make it now. Or so they said, let's put it way in the future so it doesn't involve or interfere. So they made that one, and then of course Freddy versus Jason came out, and then with the 2009 remake, starting over, it's interesting. I always find reboots interesting to kind of retell that story again. But what I find in talking to a lot of younger fans is the younger fans really like it. And the older fans like me, you, and Peter and all that, like we've got the nostalgia with the originals. We saw the originals where those spoke to us and we carry those around, but they may not stand the test of time with the younger audience. And so they find the more modern cinematography, the more modern storytelling, and tricks of movie making. They find the newer ones to be more in line with their vibe, I guess. So I'm starting to see where it does make sense sometimes where they reboot it because they're trying to get a younger audience involved and attached to it, because they can't just keep re-releasing part 1 and 2 and 3 and getting that new audience that like they could rebooting and getting a whole new group of people. So
It was him.
Money.
I do agree with most of what you said as far as, they've got to come up with something fresh to get the newer generation of people involved. I get that, and I totally agree with that. The one thing about the reboot that really chapped my ass was that they totally took the whole mystique out of Jason as to how the hell he caught you. You're running and running and running and running, and he's walking and walking and walking. Oh, it fall down. Boom, there's Jason.
Yeah.
Well, then they go in to explain, oh, well, there was tunnels under the... No, dude, no.
Yeah.
So that part really bugged me.
Yeah, there's some choices like that. Like the underground thing, I didn't care for. I didn't like Jason taking a hostage. That didn't seem right for me.
Yeah, that made no sense to me.
Yeah. So there's a couple things that I was kind of like, that's not how I would do it. But it wasn't me who did it, so I gotta sit there and appreciate the rest of it for what it was. And
right, and I liked. I mean, overall, I liked the reboot. The fact that they made Jason run kind of bothered me, but to see him like in the very opening, to see him running at you with that, I mean, Kane Hodder was by far, in my opinion, the best Jason they had. I mean, it started with C.J. Graham in my book. I appreciate what all of the Jasons have done for the franchise. But my two favorites were 6 and 7.
Yep.
But to see somebody, and I believe Derek Mears is actually bigger than Kane Hodder.
Oh yeah.
But to see that sack-headed giant come running at you like he did in that opening scene was fucking terrifying, dude.
Yeah, that was a great shot. I mean, they really did good with that one. And I think with the running, I guess in my mind, Jason doesn't run either. But if it's the human Jason, the pre-zombie Jason, then I can forgive that and see, because I know that there was a couple scenes in the earlier franchise where you saw some running or jogging from Jason, and so it's like, okay, well, he's human, of course he might do that. And so the Derek Mears version, I could appreciate that as well, especially that shot, which was phenomenal.
That was terrifying. I mean,
yeah.
Jason Voorhees, I don't care who's playing the character, doesn't scare me.
Yeah.
Because I've been such a Jason fan my whole life that it doesn't matter to me who's playing that role. I'm not going to be scared. But I'll tell you right now, if Sackhead Jason come running at me the way Derek Mears did, and he was Derek Mears' size, that would probably scare the crap right out of me. Just saying.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, that was a great shot. And I think Derek did a great job in that film as well.
Okay, let's see. Frank Beal says, this film from a technical standpoint is far superior to others that I've seen since I'm a real techno geek. Can you maybe tell me what cameras were used and maybe about the editing software to produce this?
Yeah, so we had, I don't remember all the model numbers, but we did have like a Red Dragon, another Red camera, an Ari Alexa, and Ari Mini, and Black Magic on this one, and GoPro for some of the underwater shots. So it just depends on the shot, what they were trying to do, what they're trying to accomplish, how tight it had to be, or how close quarters. So, and then the editing software was done partially in DaVinci and a little bit some Premiere and After Effects, but mostly done in DaVinci.
The Adobe Premiere Pro, that's what I use for all my editing stuff. I'm kind of a one-trick pony, I guess you could say. I stick with what works, and it's done me good so far. So I stick with it.
Oh yeah, that's what I use primarily myself when I'm doing stuff. I've tried to play with DaVinci a little bit, but it's just too much for me to learn and change. I've already been, on the Premiere one, so kind of relearning it just takes too much time. So I'm like, I'll just be more efficient in Premiere.
Yeah, see, I stick to what I know. That way, it's not as complicated.
Yeah.
I'm so simple, dude. It's not even funny.
I'm more simple than people think. I think.
I've got one body.
I think you might portray the simple, but I think you know a lot more than what you tell people.
That could be also.
You gotta remember, I know where you work.
Oh yeah.
But it'll be our little secret. I won't tell nobody.
Oh no, I'm good. No, I'm proud. I work at where I do. They're good to me. It's a great place. And they're very supportive of the film and everything I do with this. So I'm definitely blessed to be there.
Well, I mean, how could you not be a supporter of this? I mean, you guys are changing. I don't care what anybody says. And it's not just, I'm not saying just you guys that did Vengeance, but the fan film makers are the ones that are changing the game. So when Hollywood, like I said before, when Hollywood finally gets their head out of their ass and all the lawsuits are done and all that, they've got their work cut out for them to try to show up the fans, I think.
Yeah. And I think like we haven't gone into it. And I think, I can speak for Jeremy and I believe Peter too. Like we didn't go into it to change the game. We didn't go into it to do that. We just really were excited. We got people together and we had a story and we wanted to tell it. And we had the resources. So it's like, let's do it, and just as fans to be able to create something that we wanted to see ourselves. That I think that's what kind of put it in a place where everyone else loved it as well, because it was made for the reason of we were fans and we want to make something we wanted to see. And with Peter, same thing. He wanted a sequel to Part 7. It's what he always wanted. And because we got together through Vengeance and we got to meet all these people, we had that opportunity to go and make something like that. But it wasn't like Peter never sat down and said, I'm going to go change the game of fan films by making this. And, it was like, I want to make this cool story. What do you think if this happens in this? And then we get to see Tina here and just, it was excitement about being able to see the story that you never got to see. And then being able to, work your ass off to the bone to make it happen. So I think that's what it is the drive to tell a story, to do something that you want to see, which ends up, I think, changing it. And that's the difference with Hollywood. And speaking with Mick Strong, we've shared a lot of stories over the years. And he would talk about working on Nightmare on Elm Street 3 and 4. And when he was working on Vengeance, there'd be times where he would say, well, let's just shoot it that way. And I'd be like, no, we can't. That's not how it is in Part 3, or that's not how it is in Part 6. He's like, I don't give a shit. And he's like, do you think that when we did Nightmare on Elm Street 3 that we gave a shit about what they did in Nightmare on Elm Street 2 or 1? No, we just made our own thing. And I said, that's fine for those movies and back in the day. But everyone didn't have internet. Everyone didn't, wasn't a critic. Everyone wasn't able to express their opinion. So you got what you got. And if you didn't like it, then you would, tell your friends, oh, I don't like it. But you weren't blasting over social media. You weren't the armchair quarterback, as mentioned earlier. And you didn't have that direct, immediate feedback from the fans of, why would you change this or make this person look like that? Or why would you do this? It's like, we live in a different world now. And so old Hollywood and current Hollywood, a lot of times they're like, I don't care what they did back then. We're going to do it this way. And because we want to, or because it's cheaper, or because we just don't care what the fans think. We just got to tell the story and get our paycheck. Where the fan films, they do care. They put that time and effort in. They go and they search out. I mean, the things that we have in this film, the Easter eggs, the stuff that Corey Kaufman made for this film to tie it back into 6, the props, they're insane. The stuff that Peter Anthony went and bought for Roseblood to go and make sure that every prop was from the right era and tied into part 7 and the franchise, it's incredible. And like, Jason Reisman mentioned a couple times, they've been really good about putting things in that tie-ins too, because it's like, we're fans and we care. And we care about that kind of stuff. So it's I think that's the big thing, is like, we as fans, that's where we come from in making it, is that we want to make something that we love and enjoy, and that's meaningful to us. It's an emotional thing. It's not a financial thing. So
right. So let's see. It never ceases to amaze me how these fan films blow away the big budget Hollywood bullshit that's produced today. So I'm pretty sure that it's safe for me to say that my audience has enjoyed Vengeance.
Oh, thank you. And speaking of like that comment, another thing that can help set us apart is the editing and the ratings board. Part 7 was destroyed by the ratings board. Part 6 lost a lot of the fun kills because of the ratings. Where we don't have producers from Paramount or any of the big companies coming down on us saying, no, take that out. I don't like that. Don't shoot this, shoot that instead. And we don't have a ratings board coming down saying, you can't show that kill, you can't show this. And so when we were shooting like Roseblood, for example, Terry and Laura were like, this is phenomenal. This is amazing that we get to do this and we don't have people over our shoulders saying no and take this out. We get to be artistic and we get to express our creativity in this way. And the same with Vengeance too. We had a lot of other stars from the franchises, and like Darcy DeMoss, who's amazing. Tamara Glenn, Richie Ramone, and CJ was back, Tom McLaughlin, and Paul Taylor, Rob Mello. They're all like, this is so cool that we get to do these things. And like, you can actually show this. Oh my God. Like on other films from the franchise or from like Paramount or whatever, they would cut this stuff in a heartbeat and they'll let you do it. Where we have more flexibility and freedom to show that creativity and not have our hands cuffed. So that's another thing that helps set fan films apart that I think is a benefit over the big Hollywood films.
That's definitely a huge benefit, I think, because the MPAA, I don't care what anybody says, they need to get the stick out of their ass, man, because they absolutely annihilated Part 7.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that there was so much more. And then what really bothered me about that was the fact that so much of that film hit the cutting room floor and it was lost. They lost it. I'm like, first of all, how do you lose all that great footage? If I would have been John Beekler, I would have lost my shit on somebody and probably hit him with a 2x4.
Yeah, I mean, all the work that goes into that, the effects he made, the time, it's got to be heartbreaking.
It's just, so that's probably one of the things that I like best about the fan films is that we don't have to worry about the MPAA making you guys chop it all up and make it look like crap,
Yeah. Absolutely.
So Frank Beal says, Jason, thank you for answering my questions. You're an amazing talent.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for watching and supporting and being here.
I don't have a huge following yet. I'm hoping that I'll be able to get that kind of a following here as time goes on. But I will say that the fans that I do have, the viewers that I do have, they're very dedicated to Kevin B Entertainment. They most of them watch the main event with Kevin and Mia every week. And since I started this show, I've got a lot of regulars that tune in every week to see what I'm gonna come up with next. Which, by the way, for all of you watching, just so you know, next week the film Voorhees is going to be on slate for our watching pleasure. I'm very particular on the films that I choose, especially with the Friday the 13th theme. So when I got, like last week, I was telling the folks from Jason Rising how, you know, I'm meticulous on who I pick, what films I picked for the show and whatnot, and they were blown away at the fact that I chose that film. And I'm like, well, I don't know why you're so surprised, because you guys did an excellent job. I mean,
yeah,
the story that they told was, it was awesome. And that's like with what was the first one I did? I can't even remember anymore. I got them written down because I got little note cards and stuff with all my, you know.
Yeah.
I'm getting old. I can't remember everything.
No, but you can tell James Sweet busted his ass to make that film, and Dan Kyle did a great job as Jason. You know, there's a lot of love and time and blood, sweat, and tears put into that. So my hat's off to them.
And I got to say thank you to Peter Anthony, because Peter Anthony remembered the first one that I did, and that was, his name was Jason.
Oh yeah, Dave Brown.
Now, some of my audience liked his name was Jason. Others didn't care for it, which, you know, I could understand, and I appreciated the angle that they were going with.
Yeah, something for everyone.
Exactly. I thought they did very well. Some of my audience members didn't think it was the greatest film, but they weren't. I don't think they were ignorant about it. They're not like I've heard some other people that are actually involved in the fan films. But yeah, like I said, all you guys that are involved with doing the fan films, I understand that you guys are busting your asses, and you guys have not let your viewers down.
Yeah, and thank you. And I mean, just to accomplish getting it done, I think it was at one point when we were making Vengeance, I think we counted, what Peter might remember, but like 56 fan films being made during that year, and one came out, and it was Vengeance. A couple others came out after in the next year or so, like Voorhees came out the next year, but there was 56 films being made, and they would just come and go and die. And I mean, there was articles that being written about the oversaturation of fan films, because so many were being made, but they actually didn't come to fruition. They didn't get completed. And so to actually get one completed, start to finish, is quite an accomplishment. And so, you know, when I'm watching fan films, even if it's not my style, it's not my story, it's not something I care for, you know, typically in a film, I still have a lot of appreciation for the time and effort and work that went into it. And I can watch, you know, what they did with that kind of appreciation, and not bash it, because it's a lot of work.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, you know, I hear some people bashing other people and talking smack, and it's like, why? Why do you have to do that? I don't understand. You know, I understand that, you know, some of it's jealousy. People are envious because somebody did something different or they were more successful than somebody else, and it's like, why can't you just appreciate the work and keep stop making it personal?
Yeah, it's not a competition.
It's not. I mean, maybe for some people it is, And it really sucks because I heard some things come from people who I held in pretty high regard, and once they started their talking their smack, I'm like, well, you just kind of screwed the pooch for me because I really wanted to feature your film, but now that's not going to happen because I will not support anybody who does that. I mean, if you were, not that you ever would, but if you were sitting there, and I have mad respect for you, and I also have mad respect for Peter Anthony, but say you two were on the outs and one of you started talking smack about the other, I would not feature you on my show.
Yeah.
And that's, to me, it's not, I don't make that personal per se. To me, that's an unprofessional thing to be doing. So I don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
It's just, that's not my thing. And that's not why I'm here. I'm here to share with my audience the experiences that I'm getting with the fan films. And like you said, it's not a competition. And being on my show is nothing. It's not a competition either. I mean, really, who the hell cares about Kevin Blood and Kevin B Entertainment?
I do.
Well, but the one person that did start saying stuff, and I'm gonna give it to you straight. They were talking shit about you and Peter, and I'm like, whoa. I know where my loyalties lie, and it's not with you, Jack. So I went right off their page. I was a member of their fan group and all that. I will not take part in that. And it sucks because the person that was doing it had done 2 films already. Well, done 2 of their own and had worked on another one, all of which I loved. But now I can't because I'm loyal to my friends, and Peter Anthony knows that.
Yeah, I just hope that everything can coexist one day, and it doesn't have to be about that kind of stuff. So,
well, that's the thing. It shouldn't come down to that.
Yeah,
and I hate the fact that it does. With some, with some of these people, it comes down to that, and I don't like it. I don't support that. You can dislike somebody, but don't publicly bash them. There's no need of it.
Yeah.
I'm not about that. But I don't want to keep wasting time talking about that crap. I do, however, want to talk about Bloodlines.
Okay.
And then I'll let you get back to life because I know you got shit to do. What can you tell my audience and myself? Because ladies and gentlemen of the audience, I know nothing about Bloodlines other than I can't wait for it to come out.
So let's see, what can I tell? It picks up right after part 1, after Vengeance, and their dad Tommy's still missing, so they got to go out there, find him, and get some questions answered as to why they weren't able to find him. So, so we kind of deal with that a little bit, and chaos ensues. Jason's around. He gets mad. There's some Elias in there. There's some sweet kills, and we get some answers. So it's fun. I've been watching some of the footage. It's coming together really nicely, and I don't know. I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be a wild ride, and so many people being a part of it this time. There's a lot of really good energy around it, and I'm just excited to get it out there, and I hope that the fans enjoy it.
I truly believe that anybody who has seen Vengeance, I think they can rest assured that they're going to enjoy Bloodlines.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I don't know any of the details other than what you just told us. You don't have a trailer or anything out for it yet. Is that correct?
No, we have a teaser that we made, but it's not made with any of the footage. It was just a teaser to get ready for the back Kickstarter at the time. And we've got a trailer that's kind of in the works. Not sure if I'm going to release that or not. That version, we might do something different, but yeah, it's been very quiet. I've been giving, so Roseblood's coming out next weekend. Like I said, there's still a couple tickets left to that premiere, but I just kind of want to give that the space and not have any overlap or confusion, and kind of give respect to that film. And then once that one's over and out and it's had its space as well, then we'll start picking up and promoting some of the Vengeance 2 again, and then start building that up. So you'll start to see some things from that film coming up.
Well, by now you should know I got a big mouth. So any information that you want my audience to know, just let me know. I'll promote the hell out of you guys. You know I will.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Well, it's the least I could do. I mean, you guys, you, Peter Anthony, just CJ. I mean, I almost shit myself when CJ agreed to be on our show.
I almost shit myself when he agreed to be in the film.
I'm like, wow, man. He was our first Hollywood actor to ever be on the show.
Nice. It's a good one.
So,
he's amazing. He and
we
Ruby,
owe that to you
special
guys.
people.
We owe that to you guys. And I'll never forget that, because you were actually the one, you and Peter Anthony were the ones that said, go ahead and ask him. I bet he'll do it.
Yeah,
and I would have never imagined doing it had you guys not said, yeah, go ahead and ask him. So
gotta take chances.
You do. I've gotten like Darcy DeMoss. I actually reached out to Darcy. Her and I are actually friends on Facebook now. And of course, my wife keeps asking me, Mia, like, are you sure that's really her?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, considering the fact that she interacts with Peter and Jason and all of them, I'm going to say, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's her, because she's actually, I've gotten in touch with her and asked her if she could be on the show. She said that she won't be available until December. And I'm like, all right, well, that's cool. So just let me know when you're available. And she actually sounded genuinely excited to be on the show.
Yeah, no, Darcy's great. She stays in touch almost every other day. You know, she's texting, keeping in touch. She's really wonderful and one of the sweetest people ever.
She interacts with me more on Instagram than anything, but like I'll like a photo of hers and she'll send me these little heart emojis that, you know, she likes what I liked, or, you know.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, I would have never, I don't think if you guys would have never come out with Vengeance, I don't think that I would have had the confidence to try to get anybody that was involved, whether it's CJ, Darcy, you know, Mick, any of those people. I don't think I would have tried to get in touch with any of them to try to get them onto our show.
Well, there you go. Good job, man. I mean, I remember like when we did our first interview, back in 2019, it was right when you were starting, I believe. And I mean, already now talking to you again, I can see you come a long way. The whole production value, everything about it, like you seem like you're on it and you're doing a really good job. So I definitely keep it up, man.
Well, I appreciate that, man. And I mean, since the last time you and I and Mia chatted, we've bought a house.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations.
You know, we moved from the old place to this place. The old place had, when we interviewed you, I think we were doing it in our kitchen, I believe.
I just remember it was really dark.
So,
like,
wait,
the lighting was dark and.
Yeah, no, we had, because if I remember correctly, I had all of my Friday the 13th DVD covers were pinned to the background behind us. So that would have been us sitting at our desks using a webcam.
Nice.
You know, we evolved somewhat quickly, because we went from having just a webcam sitting in front of our desks to we migrated over to our kitchen, where I incorporated robotic cameras. And then we went from the kitchen to a spare room up in the upstairs. So I turned that into a studio, and we had 3 robotic cameras there. And then we bought this place, and I built this studio. I'm sitting in front of this wall behind me.
I can't see. All I see is myself.
Oh, you don't? Oh, that's right, because I got you up. Hold on.
Whoops. I was wondering,
I had
is
you up
everybody
single
staring at
there.
me? There we go.
How's that?
That's better.
You can see the background, right?
Oh, wow, yeah.
Okay, so my wife Mia created the background for me. Now I don't make it a habit of sharing the behind the scenes secrets of what's going on, but I'm gonna do it for you because, well, it's you.
Oh, thank you.
So this is really what I'm sitting in front of.
Green screen.
Now
nice.
That is Walmart paint on styrofoam.
Perfect. Making it happen.
And so it would just happen to be the right color. I was like, okay, that's cool. That'll work. So
and it
yeah,
does.
And like I have a production booth, but we don't use the production booth anymore for the production thing because, well, I am the director, producer, everything here. I do everything right here at the table. I've got a Roland V40 HD video switcher, along with a little tiny soundboard. It's crazy. It's not. It's technically a simple setup, but it's also pretty complex.
Nice. And here I am on my cell phone.
Well, hey, it works.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations, man. It's like you've come so far since we've talked last. That's really awesome.
Thank you. I'm trying to put out a better product every week. I don't know if I'm being successful with that or not, but I mean, I went from having and using the term business is probably not the right term, but my business started out being named Blood Productions Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's all well and great if you're trying to put together a horror movie. You know, people are like, ooh, Blood Productions, yeah, all right. Well, try selling that to a mom of a 5-year-old that's having a birthday party and they want to have that recorded.
Right. Yeah. Good call.
Not really an easy thing to do. So one of our sponsors from over in Ireland helped me come up with Kevin B Entertainment. He created my Kevin B Entertainment logo. Then, of course, our sponsor from Florida, he created the show open for the main event with Kevin and Mia. And, of course, I created the show open for this show. Not necessarily the best one ever, but it does the trick.
Nice.
So I definitely we've definitely come a long ways from where we were back in 2019. And I'm starting to get, with this show, I'm starting to pick up more and more momentum because I'm getting people like you who are saying, yeah, I'll make an appearance on your show. So if it wasn't for you guys doing what you're doing, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing. So again, I want to thank you and Peter Anthony and all of the guests that have appeared on our show, whether it's this show or the main event with Kevin and Mia. We love you guys and we appreciate you guys being willing to work with us. And we definitely look forward to all the stuff that all of you guys are working on. And I can't wait to see Bloodlines, but first I've got to see Roseblood.
Yes, next week.
And I'm super stoked about that. Now, I'm pretty sure that my audience is well aware of the fact that you are also playing Jason in that film.
Yep.
So, like I said, I won't keep you too much longer because I know it's getting late. It must be almost midnight your time?
Almost 8.
Oh, you're behind us.
I'm on the West Coast. Yep.
Oh, okay. So, now I understand that the two roles that you play as far as Jason is concerned from Vengeance and Roseblood, they're two totally different Jasons.
Yes.
So how different are the two Jasons that you have to play?
I think they're very different in my mind in the way I play them. Roseblood definitely has to be the Kane Hodder style because it's a sequel to Part 7. The Vengeance Jason was definitely very much a my version, and so Peter Anthony did a really good job on making sure that I was following the Kane Hodder style and movements to make sure that I kept in line with that to keep the same spirit. So it's definitely a different version, a different way of portraying him. So
I know that when I saw the first release of the trailer where you grab the tent stake, pull it out of the tree, and then there was another shot where you had that the weed eater with the saw blade. When you turned around with that fucking machinery dude, even talking about it is making the hair stand up on my arms. You were spot on as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, thank you. That was me and one other guy were shooting that teaser out here. Peter was still on the East Coast in Connecticut, and we did that. We shot it several times. And then we were showing Peter on video how it was looking, and we thought it was looking pretty good. But he's like, "No, you need to look over this shoulder, change this way, do a little bit like this, and look over your right shoulder instead." I'm like, "That feels unnatural." He's like, "Just do it." And all right, and I trust him because he knows what he's talking about when it comes to Jason. So I did it, and he was right. It came out better, and so it's that kind of a deep attention to detail that really is going to help with the Roseblood portrayal of Jason. So,
well, like I said, when I saw that for the first time, it gave me the chills. I was like, oh my God, Brooks did it, man. He just nailed it.
Oh, thank you so much.
Kudos to you. Kudos to Peter Anthony. Good night, Peter Anthony. I did see your comment and I did put it up. Have a good night. So last thing, and then I'll let you go. We need some kind of smart ass remark from Louis Carlisle.
Well, shit. What am I going to say? How about say hi to Mia for me?
I don't know.
That was perfect.
All right.
So I'll have her watch the replay if she didn't catch it because I think I just heard her walking above me.
All right.
But all right, Jason, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you too.
I'm not upset at the fact that you were late. Shit happens, man. I was concerned. I was like, is he okay? Because I hadn't heard anything back. I was like, okay.
Yeah, work stuff. I got to get back to that too. So it's not over yet.
All right. Well, again, thank you so much, Jason. I appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us and watch Vengeance and to give us a little bit of information for Bloodlines. And I cannot wait. As a matter of fact, I may end up having to keep December 3rd open if you can.
I'll try.
Because December 3rd, I'm featuring Roseblood, and Peter Anthony will be on the show.
Nice.
And I'm gonna extend the invitation to you as well, because you belong here, man.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. We'll stay in touch about it and we'll see if we can make that happen.
All right. And I try not to be a pain in your ass because I know you're busy. So if you keep getting messages from me, it's not because I'm trying to hound you. It's just I am reminding both of us that,
I need it sometimes, so it's good.
All right. Well, hey, my friend, you take care. Stay safe out there. And again, thank you very much for joining us. And I look forward to talking to you again.
Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate you too.
All right, buddy.
All right.
You
bye-bye.
too. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Jason Brooks, who played Jason Voorhees in Friday the 13th Vengeance, Friday the 13th fan film. So we've gone 2 hours. That's 2 hours that I am not sorry that we took because it was a good time. It was a good movie, and it was hella good conversation with Jason Brooks as well as with you. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I said earlier with Jason, next week we're featuring the film Voorhees, and I will be having a guest. I've got to send a message to that guest to remind them that they agreed to be on the show and see if we can get them on the show. And I do believe that I heard, I'm pretty sure I did. I'm quite positive I did. And I'm going to just, for the record, I'm going to say thank you, Frank, because I'm 99.888% positive that it was you that made another donation to Kevin B Entertainment. And we greatly appreciate it. Okay, so without going into any more waka waka waka, I bet you I'll be tuning in for Rosebud interview. Gotta make sure I get notifications. Okay, I'm not sure who you are, Facebook user, because you're not putting your name after what you say, because, well, you didn't click the thing that makes it so that we could see you. So, again, thank you guys for joining. Thank you, Frank. I think it was an epic show. Thank you, Mia. I appreciate your support, as always. And I thank all of you for joining and making this show possible. And I do look at your comments. I try to keep up. Oh, it's James. Sorry, James. You were there. Your name was there, and now it's not. So I'm not sure. Oh, you had to refresh the feed. That's why. And Lucinda, yes, you are showing up. And thank you for joining. So, all right, guys. Now I'm up to 13 viewers, and I don't want to go because, well, 13. We held a pretty good amount of people tonight. I don't think it exceeded 13, but it makes me feel good that I was able to keep at least 13 people's attention. So I'm just rambling on, blah, 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 blah. So again, thank you all very much for joining. Don't forget, join us here next week, next Friday. There will not be a main event with Kevin and Mia because of Thanksgiving. And we're not going to be in town. So to me tomorrow. I've got some stuff going on there, Nate. But I'll see what I can do about getting in touch with you. So yeah, there is no main event with Kevin and Mia next week because of the holiday. There will be a Friday Night Frights with Kevin B the following Friday because we'll be coming back for that. So stay tuned. We're gonna do a little something different about the drawing because we will have missed 3 weeks in a row. So there will be a different thing going on with the drawing. So I'll have to talk to our sponsors about that. To answer your question, James, December 3rd is when we're going to be featuring Roseblood and having Peter Anthony on, and hopefully Jason as well. I have sent out messages to Lara Park Lincoln to see if maybe she could join, but she hasn't read my messages, so she probably doesn't even get them. It'll probably just be Peter Anthony and Jason Brooks if I'm lucky. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Stay safe. God bless you all, and thank you for joining me. And join us here next Friday. I think that's all I had to say. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's it. So, all right, guys, have a good night and enjoy your weekend. See ya!